Okay. So I'm freaked out, basically. I have to turn this down somehow. I don't think I can. Oh, that's actually better. Better. Sorry. I'm I'm freaked out, and I'm actually nauseous right now, and my head is, for lack of a better word, vibrating. Yesterday, I meditated here. I watched a movie or a guided visualization and closed my eyes and just pictured what he said. And I've never been clear. I've never had clear images in my brain, basically. I saw a movie that was super high definition. And as he was speaking, I kind of just followed along. I didn't have a choice, basically. I saw everything that he explained, and by the time that he came to the point, basically, of the visualization, which was abundance, I saw me. I saw future me. And I realized how fucking insane that was. But everything I saw was so clear. I saw what kind of clothing I was wearing. I saw the expressions on my face. I saw everything. I saw the environment I was standing in. And I was reaching out to me, basically. My future me was reaching out to me. And it was like it was saying, dude, don't worry, you're on the right path. You're just keep doing exactly what you're doing. And I remember I just smiled. I felt my face warp into a smile while I was meditating. And then future me, as I would do, turned around on this new car. I had a new car. It was a Jeep, kind of a not beaten up, but well used Jeep with big off road tires, basically. And it was pretty cool. And in the trunk, he went back in the trunk and he got this suitcase and he opened it, and inside were these hiking clothing, basically, or outdoor clothing, which me and my girlfriend have been talking about for so long. Like, oh, I just can't wait until we can buy those pants or those that jacket or that set. Oh my god, but it's like 20,000 crowns. But think about how fucking amazing that would be. And so he showed me this suitcase filled with the clothing that I was looking at on Instagram, like the exact same outfit I have been really wanting. Because I want to be able to go outside and not feel anything like wet or cold. I want to be able to go everywhere I want and not be restricted by my clothing. And he had that in the suitcase. It was filled to the brim. The entire Jeep was just rigged with this equipment for freedom, basically traveling everywhere, meeting people. It was amazing. I don't know what he did, like what he was actually doing, but I think it was running around and just speaking, blogging, sharing. I don't know. It's kind of hard to put it in. In am I hearing that, or is that the headphones? There's a vibration. So I don't think I can explain it as a job. Like I can't picture how awesome it would be for that to be my job, but I know it's possible, and I'm doing them right now. Like yesterday, I was putting it in some details, and I was just thinking, damn, I'm almost done. I've been building this thing, and now it's time to launch it to the world. And the day after, like today, I got contacted by someone, and I was sure he was like selling me a pyramid scheme or something because he was. I wasn't friend with him on Facebook, and I know I was at some point, but I remember he was very adamant with texting some point, like 2012 ish. And I don't know if my girlfriend blocked him or if I blocked him. I don't know. I think it was blocked. Turns out it was completely deleted. Damn. So I hear him out, right? He's sending me these texts, and I don't know. Third message in, it's like, this is not a pyramid scheme. This is something else. So he starts talking, and he's basically he said he started a company, and I was sure that he wanted my money or yeah something, because when people come and contact me, I feel like 90% they want something, right? They need something from me, and I'm always the target for these pyramid schemes for some reason. I don't know why. I was in one once. I made a lot of money, not on the pyramid scheme, but by this from the schemers behind the scheme. Pretty proud of that one actually. So he was telling me this about the company, and then two messages in, I guess, he sent me this picture of a list, just things top 10 I think he's good at or that he can do for a business. He was writing down these major events in his life. Just as I have been, like, everything I've built is based upon my experiences and my insights through my situations in life, like the debt, the robberies, the pain, the setbacks, the fake people. There's been so much. So he did the same thing as I did, basically. One of the points, two, one and a half. One of the points was exactly like mine. We've been deemed useless by society or by the government, our employment center. Like, they are trying to keep us on social security almost, like a minimum wage. Because of that, my income has just plummeted to the fucking basement. But I don't have that much debt. Like, my debt is not from the fire, like the 38 million or the $4 million or 38 million crowns. It's not that debt that I'm sitting with now. I'm sitting with 300,000 crowns or $30,000 worth of debt because I was a stupid asshole when I first got a job. I was debt free. And then I was careless. I bought a car that I really, well, I could afford it that then because I was at the factory. So I could afford it because I had too much money. And I think that money corrupted me because I didn't see the consequence in what I did. I bought the car knowing that I could pay it off. I took up a loan on 150,000 crowns, which is a $15,000 around there, because I paid off my ex girlfriend's credit cards, my credit cards, and I bought some oven. I bought an oven and a washing machine and a bed. I always wanted a good bed. But 150,000 crowns. 150,000, yeah, 150,000 crowns. That's a lot of money. And it wasn't a long time after that that things just went sideways. I lost a job because of the blood clot. I got reinforced by doctors and the employment center and everyone around me that my blood clot and my disease was means for me to just settle in life and just acknowledge that that was my fate, known as the criminal with 38 million crowns in debt and a blood clot. That's not a lot to be known for. And then being deemed useless by society or the government for having that disease that basically stopped my life. But at the same time as it stopped my life, it set me on a path that has taken me through the most insane situations, amazing situations. Huh, that's a blessing in disguise. 2015, 2005 actually, 2000, holy crap, I just thought of my son's birthday. 2005, that's when I started my journey. That's when the blood clot came. After that, everything has been going wrong for a long time. And then it goes well for a little while. And then it goes bad, bad, bad again. And I think that brings us to now, where things are looking up in a way that it never did before. Where I see the light at the end of this tunnel, this cycle, which I think is my last cycle in life before I kind of figure it out. And I think because of my cycles of bad to good to very bad to good to bad to good again, I think because of that I've become a totally different person and blessed in so many ways because I view the world differently than a lot of people do, where they work every day and they are following the system that they got imprinted with, but I didn't because I was deemed useless by society. Holy crap. See, and now here I am, twice in a row, 2 days in a row. Once yesterday, once today, where I basically connected to the universe in a way that freaked me out. I've never been freaked out by this. But this one was so heavy and so real that I knew my life was changed. I knew everything changed in that moment. Wow, that sounds dramatic. That oven is also very loud. I figured I just had to document this while I was fresh in my brain. And I don't know why I'm doing it in English. But I feel like it had to be in English. I had to be, I don't know, share it with as many people as I could, basically. That was insane. I've still, oh wow. See, my brain is fucked. For 2 hours, my brain has been so overactive that I'm tired in my brain. Like, I'm physically tired. I almost fell asleep on the couch because of the information. Yesterday, I opened something in myself. I know I felt that physically. And after that, I don't know, I've been sucking in information like a crazy person. I don't know if crazy persons are crazy because they are sucking in information, or if just I have no idea why I said crazy person, but it's insane. Like, I read the book about a brain, the brain, the developing brain of a child. Holy crap, I can't speak. See, my brain is still overactive because I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to influence my son and my daughter to expand and grow in the best way. And I've seen amazing progress with both of them. So I know that it worked because I can basically see the book as I'm talking to my kid. And just using my brain in a way that I could never deem possible before. I mean, it was. And then, after that, I was sitting on the floor with my daughter and I was just pushing this keyboard, this child toy. And I have never played the keyboard a lot. Like, I felt like I was tone deaf for a while because I never figured out where things were, like the notes. And I was sitting there next to my daughter, and I was playing the Jurassic Park theme song on the fucking child toy. I was doing that on the keyboard. It was insane. So I didn't think about it that much at the time, but now, after the day is over, what the fuck is going on? We 5 minutes after I picked up my kid, I was connecting to him in a way I've never done before. He was understanding what I was saying. And today he has been completely different compared to what he used to be. Like, wild, erratic, loud, rude. So many provocative things, right? And now, today, he was completely different because of one sentence I said to him 5 minutes after we picked him up in kindergarten. That's insane. I can feel that I'm getting upgraded basically as a human. I see things that I never saw before. Patterns in everything. Dude, meditation. Then I got this fucking application thingy or invitation for a signing or a signature campaign for a big movement that is going on. Like the movement that I am passionate about. I've said for several days that we live in a bubble in history because we've never been closer to annihilation and we've never been more aware of what we're doing on this planet. And a group of people is basically destroying it, and the rest is sheep watching it or not even paying attention. And then there's this little group on the polarity, like the opposite side, that is seeing all of this shit without the funds to really do a change about that. So we're growing our numbers in order to do that change that is necessary for our planet to survive. Where did that come from? So we're in a bubble. Something happened when the nuclear bomb went off because we are basically made of two things: creativity and survival. We have been so creative that we created something that we cannot survive from. Basically, we have destroyed ourselves without the means of escaping ourselves. So the nuclear bomb exists, and then we've become so smart and so fucking lazy that we're inventing social media platforms where we are basically just zombieing away, if that's a term, and not paying attention to the world around us. We're living in this fucking world, just giving away our information, which is getting sold between these companies that sell us products that are keeping us unhealthy and not fucking free at all. I mean, we're being surveilled all the fucking time. Because of this, and the companies have been becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, they invented machine learning. Machine learning is the AI. Basically, the computer is learning itself. Like, it is improving itself. which means that you could be sitting there talking to a camera and the computer would just shut off because you're black and he's a racist because he learned that on the internet, which is him. That, yeah, I've had some thoughts lately. My brain is spinning. So basically, that happened, right? And now, because everything is online and we are in a more connected world than ever before in history of time, that we know of, by the way, we have created the two most dangerous things in the history of mankind that we know of that could use itself to destroy us. Basically, if the AI deem it unreasonable for the planet to survive, it could basically just nuke us to hell, right? And that bothers me a little bit. Because that's worth some thought. I mean, I've been literally scared. Rio de Janeiro. That's a weird way to say that. In Rio de Janeiro, there's these, I was gonna say falafels, but favelas, which is basically slums, right, where the kingpins have taken control and the police cannot enter because they get shot. And the cartels become stronger and stronger. They just expand, right? And they are saying every time they get a chance to be interviewed that they will just keep on expanding. If the police kill the top one, there will be a thousand more behind him, ready to take his place. That means that there is no possible way to stop the cartel because they are protecting the village or the community in the favela, which is also expanding, and everyone is feeling safe because the cartel government is more reliable than the government, which is basically the same true story for the entire world, right? So they will keep expanding, and we saw this documentary, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, maybe, probably, and let's say that was in a production a year. So the numbers they showed about how many of the city blocks were cartels is probably a lot higher today because they keep on expanding, and they won't stop expanding because why the fuck should they? They are free, right? They are basically a government or a state nation against another nation, a world split apart. So I feel like we're 3 parts, 4 parts. We're the cartels, which are growing and wanting to take everything for themselves, or maybe it just becomes a fucking more liberated society. Who knows? I mean, maybe Brazil is just meant to be free from everything else. Maybe that's the case for everyone. I don't know. And then there's the money fuckers. I'm gonna say Burger King and like the big companies that basically pay the politicians that rule everyone else. Then there's the politicians. Then there's the sheeple. I'm at 5. And then there's the people that are seeing the fucking madness that is going on in the world. Which is a lot. And that is just, I'm watching Norwegian news and I know what's going on in Chile because my girlfriend is from Chile and she's seeing this mayhem, sabotage, war going on in her home country, home street actually, where her mother and family lives. And her day is filled with this negativity. And then our government, Norway, which has a good relationship to Chile, goes out there and puts out a story that makes us wonder, is it the police's fault? I mean, they don't seem that bad, right? That's what they showed. Everything was peaceful. There was a little riot, sure, but who was to blame? The people get $90 a month. That's not money at all. I mean, we spend sometimes more than that on one shopping trip. And so they raised the fee for the collective transport, and the public just has enough, right? They start jumping the fence, and then all hell breaks loose because now everyone is jumping the fence, and then the government is sending their troops to stop this, and then everything just escalates, and they just want fucking rights, live with the dignity, right? But there's a guy, number 800 and something, something, on the world's richest people running the country with good trade deals with both the US and Norway, which they can't lose. So Norway and the US is actually covering up what's actually going on in Chile right now. People have died, and I've asked so many people, "Do you know what happens? What's happening in Chile?" No, they have no idea because they're following the media. The media is just pouring this false information into your head. Amazon is still burning, as far as I know. I mean, I haven't heard about it in the news. Jesus fucking Christ, this just turned out to rant, didn't it? See, I have a lot to think about. And I appreciate that you are following in this. I was just going to document the fact that I had two of my most life changing moments in the last 2 days, and that meditation is a fucking key to the universe. And you should start meditating. I mean, watch me. Watch me.